The world is badly awry. Stock markets are doing a frantic dance. The cruel conquest of Iraq by the murderous ISIS brigades continues. Vladimir Putin, the unstoppable, continues to gobble up countries not his own and threaten others. American leadership is in substantial and undeniable decline. Hong Kong's citizens are facing the most adamantine dictatorship next to North Korea on the planet. And as if this pile of worries and woes were not enough, there's an outbreak of the deadly, so far vaccineless virus of Ebola. Thus, Ebola is the peak of a pyramid of crises. First, because it is so mortal, a disease. Secondly, because in Liberia, where the outbreak is centered, containing its spread is superhumanly difficult. Lack of money, trained health staff, medicine, and doctors. And thirdly, because in the U.S. especially, the public pronouncements on Ebola have been a hash of misstatements and startling deficiencies. We have examples of a family of the first Ebola patient, after it was known he was infected, going to a mall. We have the case of a nurse contracting the disease and then being allowed to travel by plane. The Centers for Disease Control has gone from warning that it had things solidly under control to playing catch-up with the various flaws in its protocols. There is, despite these disturbing instances, no sense of panic in North America about it. We're not even close to the point where people have to be cautioned not to panic. However, people's reasonable confidence in their healthcare systems, and this is mainly true in the U.S. so far, is being undermined by blunders, sometimes by what looks like unfathomable carelessness, the nurse traveling after her incident, and constantly changing updates on what to look for, what to avoid, what to report. And while we cope with or accommodate all the other uncertainties and crises of our time, Ebola, being a disease, is different. Memory is long. Epidemics were once called plagues. We have had mass deaths, even in this technological super age, not so long ago, from other diseases, AIDS being the most recent. But no one really forgets or has not learned of the influenza epidemic that swept millions upon millions to their deaths after the First World War. Thus, amid all our other tribulations, we surely do not want to view a loss of confidence in those tasked with responding to this threat, or in the governments whose first task is to guard and secure the lives and health of their citizens. That's the context in which people's worries start to accumulate. However, even in this instance, so few are the cases, and despite the missteps, Ebola is not near an imminent threat. The resources of the West are mighty, and any generalized fear of Ebola at this time is misplaced and premature. For The National, I'm Rex Murphy.
Tomorrow on the